This is Alan Stang. Stick around. Day after day, week after week, regular listeners to these broadcasts hear your reporters announce various individuals in government. Many of you folks no doubt regret this, but please be assured that nobody regrets it more than your reporter. It would be nice if it were not necessary to expose so many of the people at the very top, but unfortunately it is necessary. It is because of those people that our country lost the recent war in Vietnam. It is because of those people that our children are now being driven crazy in the government schools. It is because of those people that so many of you are now going broke. If we do not expose them, we will shortly go all the way down the tubes to totalitarian dictatorship. So it is a pleasure indeed to be able to tell the story of Congressman Manuel Lujan of New Mexico. It seems that Congressman Lujan's Washington office recently needed painting. So he checked with an architect who reported that the job would cost the government $9,100. That's right, $9,100 to paint an ordinary three-room suite. Another example of your government in action. But according to the Associated Press, Congressman Lujan rebelled, spent $48 for paint, and together with his staff got the job done in 8 hours on a Saturday. In other words, the congressman saved the taxpayers $9,052, or 99.5% of the government estimate. So let's hear it for Congressman Lujan. And will somebody please figure out how to put him in charge of our national debt? On the other hand, this week in the Believe It or Not department is the report that a while back, the Office of Economic Opportunity spent about $100,000 of your tax money on behalf of an outfit called the Condom Information Service. That's right. In a recent issue of the Review of the News, columnist John H. Tovey reports that OEO mailed discount coupons from the so-called service to teenage boys. Each coupon entitled the boy to a $1 discount on a dozen contraceptives. The coupons were unsolicited, and the service did not bother asking for the consent of parents. OEO ran the activity through something called Population Services Incorporated, a private firm based in North Carolina, which in turn got its mailing lists from another firm that specializes in providing mailing lists to businesses that sell children's educational products. There is also a gentleman named Russell Little, a member of the Symbionese Liberation Army made famous by Patty Hearst. A while back, Mr. Little was convicted for participating in the murder of the school superintendent of Oakland, California. In the SLA hideout, police found among Little's possessions an Alameda County welfare card, a Medi-Cal identification card, a food stamp program card, and a registration form from the Food and Nutrition Service of the United States Department of Agriculture. Oh yes, Mr. Little is also a 1973 graduate in philosophy from a state university. It was all this money, taken from your paychecks every Friday night, that gave him the leisure to spend time on his criminal career. I'll be back in a minute. The U.S. Postal Service recently spent $593,917 for an architect to draw up plans for a facility in Chicago. Then the Postal Service scratched the project and instead rented a warehouse from a food company for an annual rent of $499,200. Then the Postal Service spent $317,000 for more plans, this time to renovate the warehouse. No wonder rates are going up as service goes down. Where are the so-called liberals who claim to be worried about the workers? This is Alan Stang. Think about it.
The Alan Stang Report is produced by the John Birch Society Features.